Hello, ladies and gentlemen, Conodger here. Welcome back to the Mindcrack server. It's Monday, and it is a Monday of... This week's bad, everybody. Everything's terrible. You might as well just go back to bed. Hey, there we go. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. This is a week of new projects. We are done with the guano connection, and actually a lot has happened over here. The guano connection is done, and there has been major changes over here to the guano wheat farm. As Breen and Reisky were very, very busy, extremely busy. They have completely finished the ocean draining, and they have cleaned up the farm area. I came through here one day and cleaned up the dirt and the walkway a little bit. Well, they took it to the next level. They have basically redesigned this entire area and made it quite nice. It's very nice now. So the guano connection and my path and everything no longer connects to a crazy work area. They also last night made this crazy storage area, which is very nice, and future will be organized, I'm sure. Actually, they might be organized now. Well, it's not full of everything, but I think they'd started to organize all their stuff too. But yeah, this project is moving right along. Now it's just up to Good and Jeff to get to work mining out the rest of the stone. There's still quite a bit left to do. Lots and lots to do. Yep. So it's not going to be any... Hello, slime. Hi there. It's not going to be any time terribly soon. But eventually, this the sweet farm will be done, and there will be a grand celebration, and I bet you that workbench will still be floating in the air. But anyways, today we are going to start on my actual house here on the Mindcrack server. I know, it seems like after 50-something episodes, I don't remember which one this is, we should have had a house by now. But we started with our very humble trailer, and then I got a little wrapped up in this project, which I'm very happy with, by the way. And I did sign on here on stream before bingo night last night, and cleaned up a little bit of the walkway, got rid of the workbenches and the chests of random building supplies, filled in some of the missing items. Oh, I put in some of the mossy stairs like I'd wanted to do. It was somewhere along here. It was one of these, maybe even this one. But yeah, they're all fixed now. The missing stair has been placed, and I went ahead and put in some sporadic-ish mossy into the stepping stone walkway here. And people really like the stepping stone walkway, and I really like it too. So this is a mechanic I will definitely be using in the future. But our current project doesn't really have a lot of water involved in it. The main cone house, I don't know what to call it just yet, but the main cone house is going to be another one of those construction style of deals. We're going to continue the Kosha initiative, so I'm just going to continue that previous total into this new project, and we'll try to live by those standards over here. The main theme will be a real home construction style build. Now, I actually kind of discussed this a little bit on stream. The hang up there is it's very hard to do wood construction in Minecraft. Anything remotely similar to what wood construction would be in real life. Wood planks are just too big. They're too large to look like framing. They don't look like wood, framed structure. And then the other option would have been like fences. Yeah, we were messing with fences and like using fences as studs. Okay, the size is right, but then they connect like this, And there's no fascia blocks, so I can't just place, you know, a fascia to this. It's going to be a whole nother block. And if I did that, it would basically look like, I don't have any building blocks here, but it would basically look like the fascia of the house was more significant than the structure of the house. So I am not going to do it that way either. So we're most likely going to be doing concrete and stone construction. So here's kind of the main materials we're going to be using. Concrete, so I have gravel and sand, and there's a lot more gravel and sand over there. They no longer need it for draining the water, so I have a virtual infinite supply of gravel and sand available to me now. And I want to do brick. Brick is something that's always been difficult to use in Minecraft. It's a very harsh block, I think. It's just difficult to use without it looking overwhelming. So we're gonna try and incorporate some brick in there too. That's on the agenda. Hopefully, maybe. Brick it's kind of an expensive block. You get what, 16 out of a stack of clay brick. So yeah, it's an expensive block, and we're not gonna use a lot of it. But before we get there, we need a foundation. And before we need a foundation, really the first step is going to be digging out the basement, because having a basement is very important to my structure here. I really, really want a basement. And before I before I know where to dig this basement out, I gotta figure out where the actual house is gonna be. My goal, my inspiration for building here was so that I could see the wheat farm. Well, we can't really see the wheat farm, but at the end of the episode, I'm going to try a trick that I was told might work so that we can see the wheat farm, but we'll see. I'm not super hopeful there. Okay, so I wanted to be able to see the wheat farm, and I want to be able to see that lava fall over there. So what I'm thinking, let me go grab some sand so I can use it as surveying blocks. What I was thinking is kind of an L-shaped building, maybe. Perhaps. I don't want it to be overhanging the edge or anything like that. And we'll have to make sure the ground is sturdy enough. So I was thinking, so it's going to be buried a bit here. One corner here. I think I want to do an even construction on the inside. Let me think about what the ramifications that are. No, yeah, that'd be fine. So we are at 41 here. Let's just go ahead and make that 40. And then let's step back to maybe 52. Yeah, it's 52 here. And then how far down this way? Oh, I didn't actually look at the block. So it would be from 46, 52 to 66. That would be 20. I feel like I might want more room than that. So let's go to 70. Okay, 70. Now it does get into this pond here, and I kind of wanted to avoid that. So I may need to move this down further this way. This is why we survey. Okay, so this is 42, 33, 40. Oh, it's 42. Okay, so from 42 to the edge of the pond, which would be here. That's 63, this is 64. So it'd have to be 62. Okay, so it's not terribly long in this dimension. But what I was thinking is of L-shaping it out from there. So this is 56 here. Let's try it at 52 or 54. 54. And then take this out to an even number. So 30. Okay, it'll be there. And then this one to this one. That ain't bad. Hello, creeper. You guys are out early. Hopefully there's not one behind me. Dealt with him. Okay, so that would be the basic shape of the building there. It would be an L-shaped this side a little bit shorter than the other. I don't mind that. I don't mind that at all. It's going to be rather deep on this side because I'm going to dig the floor of the basement down to the same level. We're going to get an idea of where the stone layer is. I think... Now I kind of like the idea of it being wider and longer on this side. Let's see, how many... I should probably go sleep off the night. Hold on. Okay, a fresh day, fresh ideas, fresh inspiration. Not really. But, no creepers, in theory, creeping up on us. Hopefully. Maybe. Alright. Well, now in the sunlight I can see better what the scale of this looks like. So this is from 42 to 54. So that's 12. This is from 54. Or no, this is from 40 to 30. So that's only 10. Yeah, okay. So this side is shorter and it's narrower. So this is from 40. Or no, this is from 54 only back to 62. And this is from 40 back to 52. So yeah, that's wider here. So I like it. I like that idea. Okay, it's settled. So now what I need to do is see what the ground looks like under this. What kind of foundation do we have here? All right, so that is stone here. Let's just dig out all of the dirt in this area before we even get to the stone. Digging any stone. Get an idea of what kind of obstacles we might have. It's going to contain the outer layer, but I'm just going to do the inner layer for now. I should. Here, let's make this easier. There we go. Yeah, that'll make it easier. Just curious if there's any caves or anything like that around that we might have to deal with. Any water pockets, because those can be really interesting to deal with. One thing we are going to have to deal with up here is snow. We are high enough up on the mountain that anytime it rains, it will snow as well. So when we're building the building, we'll have to make sure that we have things in place to deal with the snow. Small note, now that I just picked up that egg, apparently one good boulderfist, hello chicken, has cranked up the tick rate on the server to make the grass grow faster. So that's why the chickens apparently they egg so often. I was just thinking that they were just very productive chickens around here, but no. Good's a big cheater. is the real reason. So no magical chickens, just a high tick rate. Which is, I mean, it's convenient for anything you might want to do in the future. Right, so that's the edges. It looks like we have pretty good ground here. Looks like it's going to be pretty solid. Let's get rid of all of the dirt with our good shovel. Gosh, right? I don't know why, but there's so many particles now when you break blocks. Don't break too many. It really hurts my frame rate when I do that. I don't remember having that issue in old Minecraft, but now we do. Yeah, this looks like it's going to be very fine. No caves, no pools or anything like that. We have surveyed a very good piece of property. Alright. Now, before I go and dig this out all the way down, I want to start to get structure in place, so we gotta support the walls. And I think what I'm gonna do for those is basically just pour... I now wish I had done this differently. It would have been a lot easier if I had dug the edge of the foundation instead of one block in from it, because then I could use the earth as what's it called? Not scaffolding, a form. I could use the dirt as a form, but not anymore. I'm done messed up. Well, I need to get an idea for how deep this is going to be anyway. Because I want the basement to be a flat floor, but the ceiling level won't really change. It'll just be different because the back here is gonna butt up to the side of the mountain, so it will be a little buried, and then over here it will actually be pretty shallow. Okay, so even the first floor may be a little buried because the first floor, the actual floor of the first floor, is going to be at this height, right? That would make sense, or at most this height. Yeah, probably this height. So how many blocks is that? Let me make a way out of here. So that's at 95. So yeah, I think if we just went down to the bottom here, this is 91. That's a 4 high ceiling to 95. That would be fine. Yeah, that's probably what we'll do. Okay, so that was easily settled. So this is not the actual size. We're one block in on all corners yet. Oh, I didn't do the back yet. All right, now that I've dug it out all the way, I can probably get rid of these sand blocks anyway. The only ore we found was this this coal right here, although I still need to do a lot of digging under there. Okay. Get these out of the way. And then the actual decision that I have to make is, do I want the odd block to be the wall, or do I want the even block to be the wall? So this, if I were to put the wall here where I had surveyed it out, that would be from edge to edge. That would be, this block is actually the wall, and in here would be the house. But this would be 42 to 62. Yeah, I think that needs to be part of the house. So this is going to be our wall layer all the way around. But I think the first thing I want to do then is decide on a height, which is going to be 91, and then dig 91 all the way around, and then pour concrete into that 91 all the way around. I think that's the most structurally correct way to do this. We are our own structural engineers. We're also the inspectors. We're also the code enforcement. So we kind of have gained the system there. Not a lot of pressure from above on the correctness of our structure and build. But I do like the theme. I still want to try and do things as sensibly-ish as possible. So over the weekend, I've discussed this in the past, but Saturday is what I've determined to be my quote-unquote day off. No recording, no streaming, no nothing. It is a day that I am specifically supposed to be not doing those things. For this Saturday, I ended up doing some dog sitting. My aunt was out of town, and she has a dog, and asked me to stay over at their house and watch the dog, which is usually not really that big of a deal. It's just like a day away. So apparently the dog ate what is known as a hot hands, a hand warmer pack. It's like I talked about this on stream last night a bit, but the best description I have been able to place it is on like a glow stick. It's that kind of chemical reaction where you like break open the pack, or you just like, you mix it up, and it causes a chemical reaction that causes heat, and it's to warm up your hands. Why anybody needs these in Florida, I am not entirely sure, nor at all sure. But apparently they had these, and the dog found one and did not chew it up. No. The dog ate it, consumed the entire packet just a few days before they were going to leave on a trip. I don't know what I would do in that situation either, and neither did they. Like, what do you? That's not something that you just have in your like repertoire of things to no reaction to, I guess, is how to word that. So apparently they took the dog to an emergency vet. Emergency vets are very, very pricey, and I think emergency vets are very... I'm gonna say this, and people are gonna be mad at me. Emergency vets are a very, very sad part of our culture, because it's basically exploiting pet owners for money. People figured out that owners of pets are going to have, things happen, and those things are going to happen during times when normal vets aren't open. And because of that, they have themselves a little secret market that they can charge prices of whatever they care. Like, they can basically make as much money as they desire because there's no other options. And I mean, we deal with that enough with, our actual healthcare system in the United States. Not to get too into the politicals or anything like that, but that's a distinct reality. Is that that's something that we certainly go through and fight with regulations on such things. Well, the same thing goes for pets. So basically, if your dog or cat or ferret or walrus, I don't know, whatever your pet is, has some kind of issue during the middle of the night, you're going to be paying thousands of dollars, literally thousands of dollars, to get them examined or whatnot. So that on its own is its own subject of, I'll say, frustration. It frustrates me that we allow our society to be that way, and that we just seem to kind of accept that it is that way. It's disappointing at best. Now, you can get pet insurance or whatnot, but that's all the same mentality of, well, we know people are going to have to do this, so we might as well make some money off of it, off of their unfortunate events. Profiting off of unforeseen and unfortunate events is something that never has sat very well with me. And just the scuzzy nature of these emergency vet places always kind of, it's a major turn off for me. Oh no, bye sand. It's one of the things that I think would, it would make me almost think twice about having a dog, or having, it kind of made me think twice, oops, damage, made me think twice about having a cat, but that wasn't really a choice of mine. But it is something, that I had to think about. It's like, well, if anything ever happens, I need to know that, I'm going to have terrible choices to have to make, because of, that's just the way we operate as people. It's very frustrating. It's very frustrating. Tangented on that so bad. Yes, I did. So there's that portion of it, and then like, the dog is fine, pretty much fine. Obviously they had to induce him to, empty his stomach contents, and that's kind of what he's going through now. Those hand warmer packets are actually made of iron oxide, I guess. So your body and dogs' bodies, they want iron in some degree. They get iron from meat, things like that. But when you consume like elemental iron like that, it's a lot more than your body is ready to deal with. So they do have to observe him for quite a while to see if his body, his liver and whatnot can just deal with that as it should or not. Pretty young dog. I think he's less than 2, so he should be fine. A black lab, kind of a mid-sized dog, and he seemed pretty okay. Obviously, stomach issues as they are trying to get him to, empty all of the stuff he ate out. But otherwise, was fine. And I mean, I'm a dog person, even though I have a cat. I'm a dog person. I'm only a cat person, or I only have a cat because I've never been, or not in, how long has it been? 5 or 6 years since I had a dog with someone. That was you know, a kind of a unique situation, but I've never been in a situation on my own where I've been able to have a dog, because I don't, unlike some of my peers and my friends, I don't think I could have a dog and not have a yard. I don't think I would enjoy that dog experience as much. Like, I just want to go in my backyard and play fetch and run around. Me, not the dog, of course. No. But to not be able to do that and have to, like, constantly go to dog parks and stuff, that doesn't suit my fancy very much. That's not something I've really been gung-ho to go seek out. I was supposed to do a thing where I censored that. What did they want me to do? Oh, he wanted me to like censor it with an image of genitalia and then blur out that image, but you could still definitely tail? Oh shoot. Dude's done got to my accent again. No. And then like censor it out that you could still tell his genitalia, but you couldn't see what was under it. I'm not gonna do that, but I told you what they wanted me to do. Demonetize my video, YouTube. Go ahead. Take my 4 cents. Oh no, I'm out of food. I'm gonna have to go rob the guano farm of food. This is actually, I've been tangenting so long, this is gonna turn into a long episode. What was I saying? Oh, dogs and dog ownership and stuff like that. Yeah, I mean, dogs are very, very fun. Cats are cool, and I certainly enjoy having Xerxes around, and during, you know, these sanctioned times that he allows it, it's nice to have a, you know, kind of companion around to, I don't even know how do you describe, what is the effect of having a pet? It's just nice to have a creature around that just appreciates you existing. And cats, you know, for a good 7% of the time, they do just appreciate you being around. But dogs are much more keen to, like, always seem like they're appreciative of you being around. Wow, stone. So yeah, dogs are cool, and I do enjoy either going to my parents or going over there to see the doggos. I enjoyed hanging out. That's one thing I forgot to talk about with the backstrip. I really enjoyed hanging out with Juno, Kurt's dog. That's a very good dog. I've never had a dog that was quite that people attached and quite that attention hungry. That is a very attention hungry dog, but extremely loyal and obedient. I've never had a dog quite like that. Pretty interesting. Did I have all the things I want? Yes, just got the concrete. The neighbors have started mowing their yard, and I guess I talked about the dog stuff as much as I wanted to. Really, the main point I had there was, I wish we didn't, as a society, as a culture, as a people, as humans, I wish we didn't try to take advantage of negatives so much. It just seems like, you know, out of all the bad things that can happen, we tend to really look at those as opportunities for business, you know, business tycoons and stuff like that, instead of like, what can we do to help people in this situation? If we're going to be, as a society, people that have pets, and that seems like something that's never going away. Everybody, almost every family, you know, has pets to some degree. If we're going to do that, well, it's our responsibility to take care of them. We're the people that domesticated these animals. It's our job to make sure that they're living, you know, the happiest lives that they can. And to put people in a situation of, you know, severe financial trauma for, you know, trying to care for your animals, it's tough. It's really tough. And it just made me a little bit sad that we are that way. I know my family has personally had that come up multiple times, where, you know, it puts you into a terrible position of how much money are we willing, or can we, like, put into trying to make this animal's life better, because everything is just so extravagantly expensive. Like, we're talking hundreds of dollars for a few minute examination kind of deal. It's obviously a scam. Like, obviously people are doing that out of pure profit and not necessity. And it's sad and disappointing. It kind of makes me want to... I got too many charitable things I'd like to do, but trying to find a good charity that supports animal care in that way would be nice. But it would be super nice if we could just, as a society, decide, you know what, this is the kind of stuff we shouldn't be just trying to profit off. We should just be doing the best we can to make sure that we're taking the best care of our animals as possible. And then, you know, we'll make our money in other places. I don't know. I'm just one little cone. I can't fix humanity. I know. But this random tangent was brought to you by the Mindcrack server. We've started our project. We've started the basement of the house. We'll get back to work on that on Wednesday. Thank you for watching. Sorry that I got so terribly distracted and tangented on that. I had no idea. I was going to talk about that today. But I did. And, yeah, I'll see you on Wednesday. Boy.